The informal culture, I'm almost absolutely certain that we are not alone in this problem, where people see things and pretend they didn't, or are privy to information but are very hesitant to indicate that they have this information. We seem to have developed across the region the feeling that you are not a good person if you tell what you know in terms of something illegal having taken place. And we have methodically, it seems, gone through a process of institutionalizing silence, because you're not a good person if you say what you have seen. We now need to reverse that. The methodology in doing that will perhaps be different based on the various cultures from which you emanate. But speaking from a Jamaican point of view, I think we have reached what is known as a tipping point, where the incidents of crime and the types of crime have horrified people to a point where you had a choice. You could either become immune to it, or you could become so horrified you had to do something about it. So now, in a more efficient way, people are quietly telling people what they know. And in a very largely publicized trial recently, people came forward and stopped the music, no pun intended. But there are methodologies, but most importantly, in any jurisdiction, one needs to understand that you need to be in a position where you guarantee the individual who is giving you the information anonymity unless they choose otherwise, and a sense of safety, of peace of mind, that it will not literally come back to bite them. I have seen situations, and Keith, I'm certain, will back me up on this, where police officers, in an effort, and I'm certain it's not a Jamaican phenomenon, where police officers, in order to quickly finish a case, get a report that there is, let us say, illegal property, weapon or otherwise, in a particular place, go in, proceed to search for where they have been told it is, and in a lazy effort, grab someone in the near vicinity and say, where the gun there? And people say, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I say, what you mean you don't know what you're talking about? I know there's a gun here. He said, no, sir, there's no gun here. He said, don't waste my time, man. Keith, don't tell me that it's here. And you have just acquainted Keith with a funeral home, possibly. We need to come to a point where how we handle information makes us trustworthy in the eyes of someone who has it. There is a crime fighter in Jamaica who got a reputation, ironically, because never really got to that level of interaction, firearm to firearm, but handle information from an ego point of view, where he liked being as the person who disseminated the information through his investigative skills. Therefore, it was very easy to tell him stuff because it would never come back to you, because it had to be a repository of his own knowledge. And one of his tactics were he used to walk around certain inner city areas and spray paint his cellular telephone number on the wall. So anybody who wanted to have a word with him just had to memorize what was on the wall and make the call. Current information received. That is a methodology that seemed to have worked for him. But we know on campuses need to learn that when customers, students and otherwise, have something to tell us, they have to be ensured, one, we're going to handle it in a very proper fashion. Two, that our methodology of utilizing the information doesn't go back. Somebody telling you that there's something happening, you don't mean that you need to rush at it immediately. You need to measure the time and the effort in which you're going to take to do so it does not connect to the person who has just told you. Sometimes immediate action appears to be required, but immediate action can make your source of information problematic. In order to ensure that the informal culture doesn't drown us in a sea of silence, we need to determine how we have best practices across the region in how we handle information given.